Hey everyone, how's it going? Back again with another video. Hope everyone has had a great week. In this week's true or false video is going to be on a topic that's near and dear to my heart, and that is true or false. Do you need to strength train in order to improve your body composition? And uh, my biased answer to this is true. Um, Although I can also see a great argument or another argument for saying false. You don't need to strength train in order to improve your body composition. Um, and so you could say, for example, that you don't need to strength train. All you need to do is you can just lose body fat, right? And lose body fat, and um, you'll improve your body composition, which is technically true. You will definitely um, improve your body composition. Um, and in that may also, um, for certain people, that might also uh, improve their health along with that by losing body fat, especially if you have a lot of excess body fat. However, um, that can be very hard for people, right? Because it involves um, manipulating your diet, changing habits, changing lifestyle, changing your food environment. Um, it seems very simple to say to someone, "Well, all you got to do is change your diet, and you'll lose body fat," and that is simple on the surface. But as a coach, I can tell you right now that it is very, very hard for some people to do. Some people it's very easy to do, but other people it can be very, very hard for them to do it, or else they would already be doing it, right? It's there's a reason why some ridiculous percentage of people who go on a diet never actually sustain that diet for a long period of time because it's very hard to do. Um, but I think that when someone says that they want to me as a coach that they want to improve their body composition, I obviously tackle that problem from a number of various different aspects, whether it's strength training or diet related or sleep or stress or whatever, right? There's a whole bunch of components to that. However, in my biased opinion, if your goal is to improve your body composition, the number one way to do that, the first thing I'm going to look at, the first lever I am going to quote unquote pull in order to improve your body composition is actually I'm not going to touch your diet at all. I, I think that we can leave your diet as is for now. And if we just add in some strength training, if you're not already doing it, right? If you're not strength training at all, you have no formal strength training in your routine, um, then I'm going to add that in. And the reason why I'm not going to touch your diet for the most part is because diet also plays is a critical factor in supporting your strength training, right? So if we want to improve body composition via strength training, the goal of that is to add the strength training to cause you to add muscle. And so to add muscle to your body to improve your body composition via strength training, you also need to be eating enough calories, and you also need to be consuming enough protein. So the the only exception to what I just said is if I looked at your diet and you were under eating protein, in which case I would get you to, I wouldn't take anything away from your diet. I would just say, okay, we need to work on adding more protein along with the strength training. Most people are eating enough calories, especially if they're coming to me saying that they want to improve their body composition, meaning they want to most likely lose, you know, uh, lose body fat or uh, add more muscle in addition to the body fat they already have, then they're not underweight by any means, so they're eating enough calories. But if we drop the calories too low, it's going to make it harder for them to add the muscle that they want, right? So um, in addition to that, adding muscle has a host of other benefits that's going to support them as well, right? Just the number one benefit I'm going to throw out there is longevity, right? Like the more muscle you have, the older you get, the better your long chances of living a long, healthy, independent life. is going to be. So, and then the number two benefit I'm going to throw out there is just improved metabolic function, your ability to tolerate, foods that you probably occasionally want to indulge in. Have that piece of birthday cake or have that slice of pie or have those Christmas cookies or whatever, and not develop or have negative metabolic health consequences, as in having dysregulated blood sugar and all the downstream effects that that can have that we've covered before, um, go down when you have more muscle, right? So just outside of the pure improving body composition point of view, those two additional benefits to adding more muscle, which also is going to then further support your body composition goals, are just, they pale in comparison to just manipulating your diet to lose body fat, for the most part. In my opinion, it is true that you do need to have a strength training practice, in order to improve your body composition. And I think that is the number one thing that you can do in order to improve your body composition if you're not already doing it. And what that basically looks like is a strength training workout of roughly about 30 minutes twice a week. That's all you really need, especially if you're coming from nothing. And so you can pick whatever, modality for resistance training you like. It could be dumbbells, it could be kettlebells, it could be a barbell, it could be bands, it could be your body weight, it could be a TRX, it could be a combination of any of all those things, right? The methodology of what you choose is not particularly important. All it matters is that you're going to challenge your muscles. And to start with, really, I just want you to do, four basic movements: some type of squat, some type of hinge or deadlift, some type of pushing exercise like a bench press or a push up or something like that, and some kind of a pulling exercise like a row or a pull up or assisted pull ups. I know pull ups are hard, so do assisted pull ups. Use those bands. You do a lat pull down or whatever, right? Like you're pulling with your arms, right? And if you just stick with those four exercises, and literally you could do those four exercises, a couple sets of those, anywhere between the 8 to 10 to 12 rep range. Probably would take you about 30 minutes for each session, twice a week. Like you're going to be making huge progress towards your strength and your body composition goals, just by doing that stuff, right? And it's not complicated. It's not overly complex. Um, it's not. It doesn't have to be intimidating, right? Especially if you're just talking about using your body weight or TRX or bands, and you can do those things in your house. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to, if that makes you uncomfortable. You don't have to, um, be embarrassed about being the newbie in gym, even though you shouldn't be embarrassed about it because that's everyone's a newbie at some point, right? And yeah, and as far as like finding time to do it, it's like I said, very easy. We're talking about 30 minutes. You can split that up. If you need to do it 15 minutes 4 times a week, fine. But that works too, right? Do two exercises for 15 minutes 4 times a week. You can do it in the morning, you can do it in the evening, you can do it whenever you can fit it in. It doesn't really matter. But that is going to be your biggest lever when it comes to improving your body composition, is adding in strength training if you're not already doing it. So I think that is today's myth. It just popped up in my head after having a discussion with someone else about ways to improve their body composition. They were wondering about what they could do to help improve their body composition. And after listing off all the things they were doing from a diet and exercise point of view, one of the glaring things that was just missing from that list was strength training. Right? They weren't doing any kind of formal strength training. And I said, in my opinion, um, I wouldn't even worry about. I wouldn't change a thing about your diet. I would just leave the diet as is. I would just keep everything you're doing exactly the same. Don't change a single thing, and just add in strength training twice a week, um, if not more, and do that for 6 months, and just do it consistently. 6 months, be consistent about it. Show up, you're twice a week or 3 days a week or 4 days a week. Do the four basic exercises I listed off, or find a different program. I have more elaborate programs that I've shared for free on my blog and my website that you can find, that walk you through constructing an exercise routine that will work for you, strength training routine, including videos on how to do the exercises, all that fun stuff. I'll even throw a link for that in the newsletter and in the video caption here. Um, and you can go as very simple as you want or as complex as you want, but you need to have some type of strength training, resistance training in your routine if your goal is to improve your body composition. And like I said, I just wouldn't change a single thing about anything else you're doing until you have that down consistently for about 6 months, and then you can reassess on the diet and other lifestyle factors and see what other levers you might have to pull. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this true or false video on optimizing your body composition with strength training. Like I said, I think it's a more nuanced answer than a true or false question allows you to elaborate on. But in my opinion, I would say yes, it is true. You need to have strength training in your routine in order to optimize your body composition. As always, if you'd like to get the content that I'm putting out on a weekly basis without having to stalk me on social media, you can scan that QR code right in the upper corner of the video, or go to my website at rjbhealth.coach, click the newsletter link at the top of the page, enter your email address, and sign up for the newsletter, and I will email you everything that I put out. I also still have one one-on-one coaching spot left open for people that might need more help around any of the topics that I've talked about, a more personalized, hands-on approach. I'm happy to discuss that more. Again, you can reach out to me directly, however you want, or you can go to my website at rjbhealth.coach, click on the schedule discovery call button right on the homepage and fill out that form, and I will get an email, and I will shoot you a response back, and we can talk a little bit more about one-on-one coaching. So hope everyone has a great week, and I'll chat to you all next week.